Hi, welcome to How to Repair. This video is on Ariston, Creda, Indesit Hotpoint dishwashers that are not filling correctly in the allocated period of time. You may be getting an F2, F6 or F07 error code. This will either be shown in a sequence of flashing lights or in your digital display panel. You will find a link on this video that will take you through to the website where there's a full list of error codes. But the first thing you need to do is check if water is getting to the machine. The noise you could hear there was the valve open, but you may have no water going in from the tap. Unplug the appliance before doing any work on it. And the first job we're going to do is remove the side panel. I'm only going to show you the left hand side panel, as this is where the flow chamber is. But on the other side there is a pressure switch, which I will show you in the video. But both side panels come off exactly the same. A couple of screws at the bottom, couple just inside the door, and a couple on the top and on the rear, and then the panel should lift off. You must remember that all dishwashers, depending on the model, do come apart slightly differently. If you have a freestanding dishwasher, you will need to remove the lid and most probably the plinth at the bottom, which is the plastic strip at the bottom, to gain access to the screws hidden behind. I will just talk you through the fill process on these machines. On modern machines nowadays, a printed circuit board controls the operation. It opens the water valve to allow water into the machine. It then measures the water coming through into the machine with either a turbine or impeller jug, as they're sometimes called, which you can see on the top left here. The control board sends electricity to the water valve, which opens the solenoid part of the valve. That allows water to flow through the turbine or impeller jug into the chamber, into the machine, and then this pressure switch measures the amount of water inside the machine. It is not always fitted on all models of machine. We're going to replace this plastic fill chamber. Now sometimes it's called an air brake turbine, other manufacturers call it an impeller jug chamber. But the reason why we're replacing it is the water has been very hard and calcium deposits now are blocking the flow of water going through the chamber. Now I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison to show you the difference, but water will come in flowing past the impeller jug and into the machine. The first 30 seconds to a minute when you start the machine will be an empty out. This is to get rid of the old stagnant water in the machine. Then it will start its fill sequence. You will see this impeller jug and the impeller itself spin as water comes in, but due to the restriction from the calcium, it slows up as there's not enough flow of water going into the machine. But if you look at the new one fitted on the right hand side, you can see the flow of water is much greater. And what happens is these small tubes fill up with calcium over the years and stop the flow of water going into the machine. Or you may have just a faulty impeller jug. So we're going to remove the top basket, and then we're going to remove the fill chamber. Now do be careful when undoing this nut, as due to the high temperatures inside the dishwasher, the plastic can become brittle. The reason you do get these errors is either the machine has not been able to fill in the allocated amount of time given by the control board, or a device has not been detected, or the wrong reading is being detected by the circuit board. In other words, maybe a water valve is open circuit, or it's not reading that the pressure switch is working correctly, or the impeller jug, as in this machine, is not turning. Therefore it thinks there's no water going into the actual machine. Although there was a trickle of water, it was not enough to turn the impeller jug to give the correct reading to the printed circuit board. Now do be careful taking these clips off, as I've put the screwdriver straight into my hand on a few occasions. Not a pretty sight. Now sometimes these chambers come out with clips provided, but unless you've got a special tool for these clips, I would just replace them with normal Jubilee clips. These impeller jugs can fail, It's a common item to go wrong. Also, a good idea is to take a photograph of the pipes before you start pulling them off, as you want to make sure you get them on correctly. This last one is the fill. That comes directly from the water valve. Now do remember to understand and have a better understanding how dishwashers work. I have a load of videos on the website showing you how water valves work, how impeller jugs work, and so on. And of course, if you have a different type of error on your dishwasher, there is a full list of all Indesit Hotpoint, Ariston and Creda dishwasher error codes at the website explaining what they are and how to rectify the fault. Just connecting up the impeller jug again. It can only go in one way. Just be careful as the plastic can get brittle. Now we just need to remove the old O-ring seal off the old one and fit it on, and then we'll go on the inside. Now, as I said earlier, do not tighten too much as the plastic can get brittle, and the last thing you want to do is strip the threads. So you only need to take it up reasonably hand tight and then just a quarter of the turn. Do not over tighten. The O-ring will stop any leaks, and you can always inspect it from the side. Then the basket just slides in. Make sure you put the two clips over. And now you can see the dishwasher filling correctly as I showed you earlier in the video. The dishwasher should only take about maximum 2 minutes depending on your water pressure to fill, but what will happen is as the water comes up now on this new chamber, it flows through. You'll just see it coming over the top there now, and now the water is going into the machine through that inlet. And after about 30 seconds to a minute, you will hear the motor cut in as the correct water level is reached. And you can see I just needed to nip up one of the pipes as there was a slight leak. That's the good thing about these Jubilee clips, you can just nip them up a bit more. And then in a second you will see the water stop going into the machine and the impeller blade will stop spinning. That's the motor kicking in. And once it's reached its correct level, we'll just wait for the turbine to stop. And there you go. And the water level is now correct inside the machine. Remember, you can hit the information button at the top, which will take you through to the website. I hope you found this video helpful. Do remember to shop with How to Repair, and you can also support the website by donating a beer to us. I hope you found this video helpful. Please remember to come back and subscribe to our channel. Thanks very much indeed for watching.